Okay, guys, so on this one, I'm just going to go over some changes that we've made to orders and basically inputting equipment for customers on the SOP, on the schedule of protection. So if you remember, the old way was you would put in the quantity of the equipment in these fields down here in order to generate it. That created a couple of issues. One is you couldn't edit the price. So if you did charge a customer for equipment, you weren't able to put in the price here. Also, it would not calculate your points used on that field. So you'd have to wait until this was updated sometime later. And then it also made it so the call center was having to input it on the order side so that the tech would get that info. So we've made some changes to that. Instead of putting everything here, this is going away and it's going to be a separate object. So if you come down to the bottom, you'll see the post, edit, order, DocuSign Pulse. You're going to put equipment in the order section now. So if you just click order, it's going to bring it up and it's going to list the equipment right here that you want to add to the order. I've already added some here, so that's why you're seeing it down here. This is basically once you've added an equipment or some piece of equipment for the customer, it's going to show up down here and you can edit it once it's added. All you have to do is check it to add it. So if I wanted to add a motion detector, I'm just going to check it. I could check a few at a time, but just let it reload after adding one. I can change the quantity here. So now I'm showing all, and I can also show more entries if I wanted to see more pieces of equipment here, or go to the next page. And then down here is what I've already have selected. So I can change the quantity from here if I want later. I can change the unit price. They're all defaulted to 0, but let's say I decided to charge the customer for a particular piece of equipment. For the motion detector, I could say $100. And then after I change the price, or if I change the quantity or the price here, I just have to click change equipment to refresh it. And it's going to say, my point total, how many points have I used so far, the total price. I could come in here and delete some items as well, change it up. Go to the next page since I have a bunch of different equipment. Click delete, wait for it to refresh. Now if I wanted to add some equipment, I could come up here and add it. Just click it, let it take a second to refresh, and it's going to be added. Right here you can see my total. And when you're done, you just hit cancel, right? Just like this message says, press cancel when done. Press cancel. I can go back to it if I need to make some changes, hit order here. I can go back, I can come in here and say, well actually the customer wanted 2 smoke detectors. I'm going to charge them $50 each. Hit change equipment. I'm at 14.5 points, hit cancel. And now if you see when I scroll down to here, I might have to refresh just to see this for sure. It's going to calculate my commission based on those points right away. So look, I've used 14.5. I was only allowed 4 on this customer. But I am charging him $200, and I can see, it will update my commission value here, right? And that way I can get a good idea of a really accurate idea of what I should get paid on this account right away. And then I continue as normal. So I'm going to hit the DocuSign Pulse, and once I hit that new equipment will show up on the customer's SOP, their schedule of protection. It'll show up on there, along with the price, and it'll total it up for them. So it's just different. Instead of putting it all under here, all under the equipment, you're just going to hit the order, and you're going to add it and edit it from here. Okay, you can search for items. You can display, a bunch on one page if you want to see a whole list. You can do that. You can make edits right here as well. And if you notice, there's the quantity, the point value, totals up the point value for you, the unit price, and the total price. It's pretty simple. It's going to just send all of this info to the tech when you schedule it, which is nice. So they'll for sure have the same info. It's also going to make it so it calculates your commission right away instead of having to wait. And you can change the prices if you do charge a customer.